Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Quantum Leap Masterclass. I'm your host with the most, Doc Favors, and we're excited for you all to be here, guys, because we're going to be talking about a great subject that I believe is going to really change and revolutionize the way you're thinking about your goals and your visions, and we are happy. So as we always, you all, let's give a shout out to all the new subscribers here, those who are taking advantage, those of you who are taking advantage of the Masterclass series. Don't forget to drop a comment below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share the broadcast if you would, and check out some of the other videos, okay? Helps with the algorithm. So with that being said, you all, we are on episode 17. Guys, look, we are almost to the finish line. And I'm as I look back over everything that we've done, I'm just excited because I'm getting feedback. I'm sharing it, you all. And like I said, to give this type of service for this level of consistency, 17, 18 weeks. I mean, we're on episode 17, so that means for the last 16 weeks, we've been consistently in this piece, dropping this work for you all. And those of you who are watching it months and years later, I hope it's just a joy for you. So tonight's topic is going to be about what we call a magnificent obsession. A magnificent. What is a magnificent obsession? Something that is going to move you, something that captivates you, something that puts you on fire, sets your soul ablaze, and gets you moving. Well, Price Pritchard tells us this in his book, U Squared. We're still with the same book, guys. And in episode 17, he talks about this concept of falling in love, okay? Quantum leaps, he says, won't happen if you're not willing or if you're living a life with lukewarm heart. Now, that struck a chord with me because, you know, the good book says that we would rather be hot or cold, but not lukewarm, okay? Nothing that is lukewarm is going to produce anything. So you want to be on fire, totally sold out for your dream or vision, or be cold about it. In other words, if you're going to do it, then be excited about it. If not, don't do it at all, okay? And somebody or someone needs to hear that right now, because this has to do with your passion, ladies and gentlemen, your energy, you know, your level of enthusiasm. How much energy do you really have for your goal, for your dream, for your desire? You can't expect no one to carry that for you. You have to carry that yourself. So he says in this book that passion is a very important part of the process because it fires the soul and fills the spirit. Watch this, you all, energizing the heart and mind for a quantum leap to a higher plane of performance. You see, when you're talking about that magnificent obsession, other people and other authors, Napoleon Hill, a couple of other ones that we read, John Maxwell talks about having a healthy obsession, a desire, you know, a want, a dream that's so blazing, right, that it just gets you there. And that's what Price is talking about right now. Guys, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't have passion, then it's no wonder that your business is not getting off the ground. It's no wonder that you're not really maximizing your potential, utilizing all the information, you know, just being able to really focus on your dreams and living a life of freedom, because you haven't experienced a quantum leap, and the quantum leap hasn't come yet because of your level of passion. And that's why this chapter is so exciting, because every now and then, don't get me wrong, we all go through our seasons. We all get down. You all got, excuse me, something's bothering my eye. But we all go through those spells. We got highs and lows, okay? But when you have a strong passion, a strong desire, and you understand that that desire is what fuels it, you know, it gives you the emotion, it gives you that ability to keep you going when you're hit with problems and uncertainty. It's passion, you all. So a lot of people think it's motivation. Let me tell you something. It's not necessarily motivation, because motivation with no passion, you all, equals stagnation. And that's where a lot of people are. They get motivated. They go to these conferences. They get here. They get a feel good, get a 2-day fix. The next thing you know, they still stagnant. Why? Because it's not necessarily motivate. I can motivate you, but you need passion to keep you going past the motivation. And this is why this chapter that Price is talking about is so very important to you wherever you are. It doesn't matter if it's at the end of the year where we are now at the time of this recording. It's December 19th, December 18th, 19th, and we're going into the new year 2024. But you could be watching this in 2026, 27 years down the line and still understand that whatever it is you want to do with your life, you got to have passion for it. You got to fall in love to the point to where it becomes a magnificent obsession that says, you know what? Doesn't matter what happened. Doesn't matter how many how many setbacks, how many pitfalls. It doesn't matter. Whatever happens, I'm going to push forward because I know that this is my destiny and it has me. Okay. So watch, he says, but passion itself must be fueled, and you feed that flame with visions of a dream that is dramatic. And so a lot of times in our programs, we teach clients about getting emotionally involved. And I'm talking about getting emotionally involved to the point to where it's a high level of intensity. It's intense. The emotion, the dream, the happiness, the butterflies in your stomach, like when you first fallen in love with someone or something, like you want something for Christmas and you wake up and it's under the tree, you just get that excitement, that giddiness, that's the type of intensity that you must have. You got to learn how to get this if you really want to have quantum leaps in your finances, quantum leaps in your business, your relationships, and quantum leaps in your performance, okay? So the emotional intensity inside must burn hot, he says, enough to protect you. Now, here's something that's very important. I want you all to pause this, watch this video several times and take notes on this. He says that the emotional intensity inside must burn hot enough to protect you, watch this now, against chilling effects of doubt, uncertainty, criticism, failure. Guys, I know hundreds of leaders who gave up too soon, walked away too early because they could not get past failure and criticism of their peers. This is a very serious piece. Now, once again, you all know I started a network marketing over 25 years ago now. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't until I learned how to accept the no's for what they were. No's weren't necessarily no, they were learning opportunities, teaching opportunities. Because if I couldn't get any sales, then that meant my sales presentation was horrible, was terrible, actually. So I had to work on it. And as I began to work on it, I began to work on my presentation. I began to work on my deliverance. I began to take my time and have patience and understand that I can't just be about the product. It has to be about the value. That's why we do things like this now, guys, because I had to learn that you don't sell the product, you sell value, you sell the benefit. Yes, I'm going to sell. There's always a time to sell. We are all buyers or sellers, guys. And in many cases, we're both. You're always selling something, your personality, your smile, the clothes you have on, the business that you run, you're selling something, right? And, but that's just something that we have to get around. Now, when you understand that you're not selling the product just to get some money, but you're selling a service, you're selling people and leading them down a path to what they ultimately want. Now you're talking about selling as a service. And when selling as a service, it has to be beneficial for someone else. This is what he's talking about. I'm trying right now, for example, I'm trying to sell you on the concept of having a magnificent obsession. And that magnificent obsession is simply a love that is so fire, that is so on fire, that is so hot that you could never take no for an answer. And that's why I really enjoyed this chapter, because only a deep desire can generate the type of heat that you need to overcome doubt, to overcome fear, to overcome worry and anxiety. Only a deep desire, right? A burning desire with passion is going to keep you moving forward when others says you can't do it. So for you to care this intensely, of course, there must be something worth caring about. Something remarkable, something special, something so precious enough to light that fire in your heart. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about that. What is it that you care so much about that you have that type of passion? Or a matter of fact, what is it that you cared so much about in your past, right? We all had that one great love, but I want you to recall that one great love and think about that love and what did that love do for you? That type of love will make you go put the world on your back. That type of love will make you go out here every day and just work long, hard hours, day labor, construction labor, whatever it is to take care. For many people, it's their family. For many people, it's the idea of a certain or particular lifestyle. For some, it's both. But until you tap into that and find out what it is for you, I promise you that passion won't ignite. So let's wrap this up, guys. We're around that time. So he says that this means you must loosen the limits on your thinking and give yourself permission to pursue what you want most. And I'm going to tell you, I had to do this. I had to literally give myself permission to pursue entrepreneurship and business while yet being a pastor. because in the time that I grew up, you had this whole thing about a prosperity gospel, and there's no such thing as a prosperity gospel, guys. The gospel you teach is prosperous anyway, according to John 10:10, when Jesus said, I came to have life, came to give you life and give it more abundantly. But at the end of the day, that put a paradigm, it put a stigma in my subconscious mind. And therefore, I could not get around wanting to, charge people and wanting to do business, okay? It wasn't until I got into some mentorship and really understood what it is, how we're supposed to maneuver it, how the two things are separate and still in the one, in the same. One of the richest and wealthiest men is found in the Bible by the name of Solomon. But you see, my old paradigm had me looking through it through a lens where I didn't want to get labeled. So I had to literally loosen the limits and break the shackles off of my thinking, off of my paradigm, so that I could really give myself permission, go after what I wanted. And after I did that, the climate changed. And what happened? So he says, let your deepest desires direct your aim. I did that. He says the inner drive must be strong enough to carry you past the point of wishful thinking. Been there, done that. And so now we've learned how to have quantum leaps through acts of love, through passionate statements about what we want in life, through affirmation statements, through I am statements, through self-confidence statements. Guys, this is everything and all thing that we teach you how to position yourself to create that life of freedom. And Price nailed it with this episode, with this chapter on Fall in Love. He calls it Fall in Love. I'm calling it Create a Magnificent Obsession, because the last line in your book, if you're following along, page 32, says, let the heart take charge of your body. If you have a magnificent obsession, you are poised for a quantum leap. Guys, when I first read this many years ago, I was right on the cusp. I was on the precipice of experiencing my first quantum leap. And it's interesting how sometimes you won't even know or realize that you're in a quantum leap till you've come out of it and you look back and say, wait a minute, did we do this? Get with your CPA. Did we really put them numbers up? Because a lot of times your lifestyle, when you're in it, you're so busy trying to help people and serve and do this, and you don't realize that it's in there. Right? You don't realize your credit score going up. You don't realize your bank account going up. You don't realize that you're attracting a lot of things to you until you take a moment and pause and rest. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. Episode 17. This is a banger, guys. Watch this at least 15 to 20 times. Take your notes. Pause the video. If you don't have a book, go and get the book, man. And I promise you, some of you all are on the verge. You're right there where I was. Trust me. You want to go back and do this. You want to go back and study this chapter. So until then, guys, once again, it is my aim and hope that this is adding value to you, that you can use this right where you are, and that you develop yourselves, have the quantum leap, create the life of freedom that you so deserve. And until next time, this is Doc Favors.